This is the Polity. Now we've been joined in the studio in person by Nasiru Ismaila Doka. You saw him right there on the screen. He's the spokesperson of the group, that is the voice of the voiceless. Good afternoon and welcome to the program.
Chairman, good afternoon.
Right, let's talk about what that event was about. You're calling for the arrest or the investigation of the former governor. Why is this something that is so important to you?
It's so important because I so much care about my state. I'm a politician as well, an activist. And I have been on several protests, but we're not viral like this one. I so much care about my states and my people as a whole.
All right, but you say you're a politician.
Yes, of course. I'm a politician, a member of APC. I am supposed to be some of the contestants, but we withdrew for others from the same Zamfara state. This governor, I worked with him for some times, and we were in the same party for so many times. From PDP, we left to APC. We followed him voluntarily. I am contesting for local government chairman in Zamfara State, Shinkapi local government, under the same APC. But the truth remains the truth. If we are really sincere to ourselves, what we should do is, if we see correction wherever it starts from, we have to correct it.
All right. Do you have any, by way of proof, do you have any of that can stand by what you are saying? Any evidence to suggest or to sort of prove that what you are saying is true, that there was corruption by the former governor?
Yes, it was on newspapers. Punch. The spokesperson of EFCC spoke about it on the Punch newspaper, May 18th, or thereabout. That there was allegation, he was investigated, and there was misappropriation of over 70 billion that were used for part-time contracts. The contracts are not genuine, and the money were said to be converted to dollars by the contractors to be given back to the governor through his some aides, like the Commissioner of Finance. If you put it on Google now, you see it. So we are not alleging. But
do you have more, maybe
of course
by virtue of working close to him or being within those circles?
Of course I do. Go to Zamfara State and see. Some of these contracts are awarded to his companies, which is forbidden. According to the law of Nigeria, according to the Constitution, if you're even a government worker, a civil servant, you don't award a contract to yourself. Go to Gusau local government, you will see a lot of signboards. The companies belong to him, which are not supposed to be. There are so many evidences, but we want it to go beyond this way, so that if nothing is done, then we'll tell Nigeria we are ready to die for our people. We are dying already. He has not achieved anything since he came. And it's not as if I have grudges with him. But you cannot live, according to BBC, the new governor said 3 million naira was left for him in his account. In the government, he claims to have left 20 billion to the same BBC. The news is everywhere. Okay, now who is lying? It does that mean we don't have any government aside from state government? Is there no federal government to intervene urgently in this matter? Are we saying that, do you think with 3 million naira you can run this your TV station? Zamfara State as a whole. He has left salaries of 3 months that has not been paid. And yet nobody wants to say anything. Come on, we have to go beyond this. We have to go beyond time that somebody will pack your money and come and be sharing change to people, sharing rams during Salah, giving. That is not our major priority. We are one of the highest states in poverty, one of the highest in underdevelopment, one of the highest in insecurity now, one of the highest in uneducation. The education is not even going on now. Some of the schools are shut down. And all these are resulted to corruptions. Because if the fight against the bandit is going well, during his time it was well monitored, it wouldn't have gone like this. At least he would have achieved, if not 50%. Go to Borno State and see. The governor achieved because he stood to his feet. He want to go and see what is happening there. And he was following up because he is the chief security officer of the state. There is progress now. Have you been hearing about Boko Haram? But bandits are everywhere now, and you have not left even the money for somebody who is there to continue.
I understand your, your urgency.
If you want the proof, I can show you. I have my card. I can send somebody to bring it. I am a member of APC. I can show my card. I was a supervisor for Tinubu during campaign. I am a Nigerian. I am in Abuja. My families are in Abuja. But I have relatives and I don't spend 2-3 months without going to Zamfara. Because that is where my root is. And I cannot watch something happen to Zamfara and I don't talk about it.
Right,
there is something I have not tell you about, please.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to write a letter to this coming government or even to the Senate demanding that NGOs that are honest should be watching over all contracts that are given, because these contracts awarded are jobs that are given for us, and the jobs are not being done well. The people, the members of the House of Assembly, State Assembly, House of Representatives, Senate and others are not doing what they are supposed to do. They will build roads for you. In 2 days time, it will start cracking. A federal road for that matter. So NGOs should be drawn to it because we represent the masses directly. We contact them every day. We go back to live with them. So as an activist, I urge the country to stand up in allowing NGOs to supervise and watch over all contracts that are going. Even if the contract are concluded, if not done well, it should be reversed until we have the right thing. I want all NGOs to support me. Let's go and let's have this as a motion in the House. Let it be debated. Let's give them this bill because they are the way things are going now. Incapability is taking much of the programs we're having in Nigeria now that has to do with development.
Right, that's an interesting idea. Although I will add that some NGOs are already doing that, tracking every government expenditure, even all the way from the House. But more would be welcome. But let's go back to the allegations. There were allegations that he diverted about 70 billion naira. But in response, the governor said that the EFCC chairman at the time wanted $2 million bribe. And as I'm sure you're aware, since then, the said EFCC chairman has now been indicted. In a manner of speaking, he is under investigation. So in this way, could you say that maybe the governor had some level of truth to what he said when he said that, because there are two allegations here, and at the moment, one of the persons who had allegations against him is currently in custody? Okay.
Somebody is corrupt, even if he's judged corrupt. Abdul Rashid Maina. Let's take it that, for instance, he is victim of circumstance that he is one of the people that failed Nigeria. That if the court has already finalized that, it doesn't mean he doesn't have some side of truth. We all have our good and bad sides. But a police cannot just see you on the road walking and ask you to give him bribe. There must be a reason for bribe. I wasn't expecting Bello Matawale to react on what the EFCC chairman said. He was busy. I want him to reply me. He was busy going up and down, saying even the federal government should be investigated, ministers should be investigated. You take care of your own shit.
Just we have to be careful with the words. Yeah.
He has to take care of what he did. Because he did this and there were some proofs, because there is no way an EFCC chairman as a national office holder will just come out and lay allegations on somebody because he wants something from him. Don't forget they are from the same zone. And they all know each other. So I don't think he can come out and blackmail him that way. He demanded for bribe if that happens to be truth. There must be something behind it. That is why we say we need thorough investigation without interference or hindrance. Because if there is thorough investigation, some elements of truth will come out more. He must have his evidences. He cannot be the EFCC chairman and come out to bring false stories. He knows the consequences of that, And he knows that our people, mostly in Zamfara State, don't even take that. Our politicians. Look at what happened to Abdulaziz Yari. He is the one who stand against what was done in the house, and this was the first time of coming to the house. And he insisted that he must contest, because if he didn't contest, they know the action, he might end up going to court. If you look at the last fight in Zamfara State of politics, of what happened to Zamfara State politics, what happened was that there was a serious clash within the house, and it made APC lost its election because of that fight. They don't let things go away. If Abdurrashid Bawa is lying to Matawale will take him to court, and he will face judgment, I am very sure. Because he will stand to it until he gets what he wants.
All right, speaking about action to be taken against this governor who you said is corrupt, we saw the reports of about a number of vehicles being recovered from his residence. That was by the police at the time. What do you make of this? Don't you think this is already some level of activity as regards, you know, how he spent his time in office? Or is there a specific one you want, maybe from the federal angle? Okay,
I don't know which word you want me to use, but I would have said maybe you are outdated. Those those vehicles are returned back to him.
Yeah, but yes, I know,
because they said the processes they use in collecting those vehicles are not in order. And he is still using vehicles that are meant for Zamfara State, and he is happy within himself.
But what I mean is there is activity. It's not as though, you know, he has just been left alone to enjoy a life of retirement.
Yes, that is a fight that the state government has taken upon itself to go about. But this is for the masses. I contacted my people and they tell me what they felt. Go to social media handles, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter and others. You see what the comment of the people in Zamfara State is about right now. Because people are so happy that why is this happening and nobody is saying anything? Because we are talking about future. The future, somebody will just supply money for people that are supposed to be used for 4 or 5 years. We have little allocation. We have little revenue. That there is no angle where money is coming from. If the state government want to have its own fights, maybe they go to court, maybe they do. But this is my own, and I'm ready to dedicate my life and everything for it.
All right. So, you know, just to round off, what are the actions that you will see that will make you, you know, maybe kind of relax that justice is being or is in the process of being carried out? And also your advice to, you know, different stakeholders. Do you think the state government should also find a way to assist in maybe opening the books to the EFCC and all those, so that, you know, this process can continue, so that it can finally be resolved whether the ex-Zamfara State governor is guilty or not?
Yes, one thing I want to see that will make me calm down my actions is, one, I want the President of the Republic of Nigeria to react to this matter with urgency. And we want to see a committee, not just EFCC, maybe either Director DSS and the IGP to be in the committee of this investigation. And we also want the state government to come together and give the necessary document or proof of what they have. That is the only way we want, because the state government is also not left out of it. It's not left out of my protest. If, for instance, money is being recovered or anything is being recovered for Zamfara State, and at the end of the day it was not used well, do you think I will not come back to say it? I will also put, it's like putting an eye on whatever will happen to our state completely now. Because we have woke up, it's like we were sleeping and carried away. Because what we would have done is to write letters to EFCC, Abdurrashid Bawa, even during when he's internal, or protest against him to step down because he failed. Even in the area of security and others. But we are just bringing this because
Doesn't that also make the party look bad? Doesn't that also make the party look bad if, you know, all of this happened within the party?
And that is why we neglected so many things. I did a program in the radio station, Zamfara State radio station. I avoided all media that will go beyond Zamfara. I was in Pride FM, and I said it. We are, it's a Hausa program. We are from APC, and we have to tell ourselves the truth. We cannot do this job. Let's find a way of reconciling with the people, because the people are not happy. And it happens because look at what happened during the election. Zamfara State masses voted massively for Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Kashim Shettima, refused to vote for the governor. And they say we are not educated. They say we are not politicians. They say there are people who tell us what happened in Zamfara, that once they are in one side of the party, nothing happens again. But surprisingly, God did it for us at this time, and it's going to be done more and more in Zamfara State by God's grace.
All right, thank you so much for coming and for sharing your thoughts. Hopefully we'll also reach out to the ex-governor to hear his side of the story, and at the end of the day we can hope to balance things out.
No problem.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much.
All right, that's how we round off the program for today. Don't forget to join us 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. The Polity reaches you live from Abuja. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow. I am Ahmadine Ogbewe.